What's going on right now? The time is about 4:30 a.m. They injected me with the stimulant because they don't want me to go back to sleep. I guess some people don't want to do this anymore. There's nothing to go over. They've went through every single memory I've had. They've went through every single date, and they've went through every single thing possible. We never even seen each other. I never even knew her information. I never knew her phone number. Never knew anything. If Driscoll would have given me a piece of information, maybe one of your frames could have stuck. That's what was pointed out. If Driscoll wasn't such a fucking asshole, then maybe one of your frames could have stuck, but unfortunately, they went through every single memory I had. Okay, so just wanted to clarify, everybody wanted to clarify, since National City, what this was categorized as is a E78 program or E87, something like that. Some military program volunteered for it, supposedly, or that's how it's being written down. I've never been compensated for the program. Okay, I was supposed to get compensated at least $40,000 for the first 4 months. For completing and going through this. I wasn't compensated 40 grand. Okay, so I mean right there you got like some military law that's supposed to be applied. They're just ruling it out because we marked this guy so we don't have to pay him with the... Look, these guys are just doing whatever they need, like whatever they feel there's any wiggle room. That's what they're trying to accomplish because they have to go to Alpha Prison, okay, by law. These guys have to go to Alpha Prison. They know they have to go down. Okay, nothing's working out for them. Nobody wants them in the future. Look, these guys screwed themselves. Nobody likes these guys. Nobody liked these guys ever. Let's say that. Nobody liked these guys ever. So, just wanted to point that out there. Me sleeping on a bench right now, okay, we're kind of helping him talk. We help him put the words together. Sleeping on a bench right now is not part of a military program. Alright? This is survival at this point for this guy. We're helping him talk. This is survival for this guy at this point. Okay? Back in Santa Barbara when they were spraying stuff, don't get this, don't get this, get this, don't get this. And then primary checks and all this stuff. That was fine. But what you guys are doing out here with the artificial humans, they're not hitting anything back. In Santa Barbara, they would spray the stuff back. Go ahead, all the U.S. government confirm. D.C. and Maryland and Springfield, Virginia and state of Virginia. They were hitting the items back, like the water, like any other, like drinks, okay? Any other liquids. They would hit the stuff back. You guys are just leaving it hit, okay? This is malicious and malintent. You guys are like... These guys are aiming for something, okay? And I know you guys are under orders and all this other bullshit, but at least in Santa Barbara, they were hitting this stuff back, okay? You guys aren't hitting anything back. So this is not a military program anymore. This is not. I'm not being trained or anything like that. This is not a training, okay? This is survival because these guys lost. They're not getting anything. And nobody wants them in the future. No, they want these guys to go down permanently. These guys have to go to Alpha Prison, okay? They don't fear me. Well, we have a fear of him. We have a fear. You don't have a fear of me. You have a fear of what you've done and a fear of Alpha Prison, okay? These guys are duplicate subconsciouses. You got to believe what I'm saying. They just wanted to see how this is going to play out. They wanted to see how this was going to play out. That's why they did it like this, okay? They regret it. Let's just say the higher power people regret it. They shouldn't have did it like this. And these guys are duplicate lock subconsciouses. Now they're reprogramming themselves to be more formidable against U.S. government, against my videos, against anybody's opinions, anything like that, okay? So you have to physically remove these guys. You can't argue with them. You have to remove these guys. They won't leave. The doctors don't want to do this anymore. None of the doctors want to do this anymore. They know this is pure evil what's going on here. They're perfecting human trafficking. Perfecting it. To the point where they just don't want me to feel anything. That's not going to stop it. I'm always going to feel something. Okay? It doesn't matter how many silences you add. I'm always going to feel it. Okay? I never gave any permission for people to, for these guys to try to reprogram me or program me to accept certain things. That's what they were trying to do in National City. I don't accept any of this, and you guys need to award massive amount of compensation. Like, for the civil case, I need to be awarded compensation, and on top of that, for the program compensation, plus there's other stuff I need to be compensated for. Thomas just needs to be removed. This version of Thomas, it's not the real version of Thomas. You guys got to hear what I'm saying. Most of you know it. Most of you, let's say like close to 80% know. Yeah, that's not the real version of Thomas. It's not. Okay, the real version of Thomas is down right now. Okay, we don't want to talk about it too much. Okay, that's not the real version of Thomas. Verifiable. That's not the real version of Patrick. That's not the real version of George Soros. Everybody's went over this. You guys still won't do anything. Why? They're duplicate locks of conscience. They changed them out. I don't know what to say to get through to you guys. They just seem like they're real. They're not. They look exactly the same, talk exactly the same. There's nothing they're gonna get. This subconscious is fucked. Let me break it down for all the agencies and all the U.S. government. The only way you would be able to send me to Alpha Prison is to pull out my subconscious. That's how you send people to Alpha Prison. You pull out their subconscious and replace it with an AI subconscious. Exact duplicate. Okay? In this case, if you try to pull out my subconscious, you're going to kill me. It's just too in there. And you can't make a duplicate of it. The coordinates are already off. They like to use Die Hard 2. When the colonel guy's like, "We got you," and he crashes the fucking plane. They always use that as a joke. Primer's been using that as a joke for a long time. Anyway, everything's off. Okay, everything's screwed up, and now they're just countering everything. Okay, so like, they want to also advise the DC. Washington, D.C., the capital, the people that are controlling the artificial humans out here. Hey, you guys need to be like aware that like after this case, if I die or live, you guys got to deal with consequences. You guys are taking orders from the bad guys. Why? Why don't you guys take orders from the White House? The White House doesn't want this. White House doesn't want this. Why don't you guys take orders from the White House? You guys are taking orders from 4 guys right now. 4 guys? Why? You think they own you guys? And you're not even hitting anything back. You're not hitting any of the drinks back. You're not hitting any of the food back. You're just leaving it hit. You guys are really doing an irresponsible job. At the same time, this is just survival for me. This is not a military program. They try to classify this as still a military program. I'm being trained. Then you would hit all the food back. Look, I mean, you can't have your fag and eat them too. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Okay, it doesn't work like that. If this was a military program, whatever, then you would hit all the stuff back. You're not hitting shit back, and then you're trying to classify it and say, "Oh well, he's still in a training." No, he's not. I would have been compensated after the 4th month. That's all they want to say.